Hello, good afternoon, or good morning, or good evening, or good night, or whatever the heck you're doing while you're watching this. I appreciate you tuning in. My name is Beamy. This is my channel. Here on my channel, we talk about a lot of different things. I recently released a video, I believe yesterday. Well, yesterday of when I'm recording this. Who knows when this video is going to come out? Called Why I Have Been Single for a Year. And in it, I kind of talk about my previous relationship history, the perspectives and lessons that it taught me, and where I'm at presently and why I'm not interested in dating at the moment, and what it would take for me to feel like I'm in a position where I'd want to be dating again. So if any of that sounds interesting, just go check that video out. It's kind of like a precursor to this one, which is obviously why I haven't had a hookup since 2019. And before I really get into that answer, or get into answering that, I want to say that this, anything on my channel, especially this subject matter, has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with a judgment on you or anybody else. I'm not here to tell you right from wrong. I'm not here to tell you how to live life or give you a tutorial or give you a how-to or tell you how things work in the universe. I don't know what to tell you. That's yours, that's your individual experience, and I want you to do what you do, because I can only do what I do, and I can't do what you do, and that's incredible. That's one of the beautiful things about being alive and being a human being on Earth. And thank goodness you can't do what I do and I can't do what you do, because that means that with both of us being on this planet right now, we have our unique selves to offer, and I think that's crucial. As long as we're doing whatever it takes to operate at our best and to express that ourselves in the best way that we can, in the highest way that we can, whatever that means to each individual. Now, having said that, there's a lot of times where I share something about myself. For example, this is always the biggest one I think that comes up, is that I don't drink, and I've never drank. And so people take that as, oh, you're judging me for drinking, or you think it's bad that I drink, and it's like, whoa, I said one sentence. I said 3 words. I don't drink. That was an I statement. My decisions have nothing to do with you. And if you take me saying that I don't drink as a criticism on you, then you did that, not me. So if you have insecurities about your decisions, talk to the mirror, talk to yourself. Or if you want support and you want just an alternate perspective on how or why me or somebody else did something that you wish you could do or want for yourself, then yeah, let's have a conversation. But don't take me making a statement about myself as having anything to do with you, a judgment on you or anybody else, or a reflection of my issues with the rest of the world or something like that. I think that is fair and makes sense. So getting into the actual point of this video, I haven't had a hookup since 2019, and I've gone back and forth on whether I even wanted to make this video and talk about this at all. Obviously that means we're talking about sex, and there have been multiple periods of my life where just the word sex made me feel nauseous and my skin crawl and like borderline have a panic attack and want to cry. And that's due to a few different reasons. One being that I was born at a very young, I was born at a young age. Did you know that? Were you? I was born into a very toxic environment and had very traumatizing experiences of sexual assault and rape, and just intense things that no one should ever have to go through, especially a baby, that have directly impacted, all of that. One sec. So I've never been here before, and we've been the only ones here the entire time, I think because it's such a hot day, but another dog came and we got to say hi, and it's kind of funny. But anyways, as I was saying, so that obviously left me with deep emotional trauma, but sexual trauma that made anything to do with it very uncomfortable. Also, my family, my mother, who is responsible for this at that point, everything was always hypersexualized. All the jokes, all the experiences, all the interactions as young kids between my siblings and I, things like going to the swimming pool, nothing was normal, nothing was okay, everything was gross and inappropriate, and that made me, as an adolescent into my reaching puberty, into middle school and high school, just be very hypersexual, but also terrified. So it's mostly to myself, while everyone around me was being I don't know, guess normal kids or whatever, losing their virginity and all of that. I was scared to hold anybody's hand. I was just stunted in that regard, compared to the people next to me, and yeah, so I didn't actually lose my virginity till I was 18, right after I graduated high school, and I guess you could say that was my first hookup. And then there was a period of my life in my early 20s where I remember when Tinder first came out, and I was one of the first people on it, and I had no sense of self-identity or worth, I guess, or perception of myself. But it turns out that a lot of girls were into me and, found me attractive, and liked that I was able to handle things and that I didn't pursue them and all that kind of stuff. But I was I'm ugly, I'm worthless, I'm, so a lot of the things that actually girls tend to be more the ones experiencing it, that it seems, of being, worthy and attractive, and just having a complete warped perception of that in themselves, and leading to self-degradation and hatred and that type of emotion, is kind of what I grew up as. Anyways, so yeah, that was the origin of my relationship with sex. And then anyways, yeah, so I had Tinder, and I went, it wasn't nothing compared to the other people that I grew up with and the other people that I know even to this day, in terms of their just constant pursuit of hookups and any sex they can get their hands on, and just never ending, I don't know, I'm not trying to speak on anyone else, but I'm just saying I was never to that point, but probably in my early 20s was when I was the most, what's the word? Carefree. And so coming out of that, then I was in a relationship. It wasn't healthy, but I've never been somebody, never cheated, never will cheat. If I'm with somebody, I'm committed to them. I'm not seeing other people. But so then I've talked about how I was in a really, really, really toxic, abusive relationship, and that I was physically beaten and it was very violent towards me. But that relationship like gave me a whole new layer and wave of sexual trauma, but almost like the opposite of end, where if the word sex was mentioned, I was worried that I was gonna get hit for it. Like, she had such deep sexual trauma that she put it on me and took it out on me, and so it made me feel like sex was bad, or being a natural human being was terrible, and that I was terrible, and I don't know, all of that stuff. I think the one good thing that came out of it, and I'm only going to mention this for a second because I really don't want to give it even give it attention. There's plenty of stuff out there you can watch on any of this, as you know. But I stopped watching porn in that relationship because she, was obviously very uncomfortable with that concept, and that was very healthy. I mean, porn is freaking terrible. And that's all I'm going to say. I'm moving on because that's enough. But I am much healthier, and I didn't ever really. I have no interest in that. But through being with her and her being such an insecure person, and me having to like fight and defend myself constantly for my character and my dedication to her, my loyalty and commitment to my partner, it just for a long time made any dynamic with anybody else, even way after we separated. Separated sounds temporary. Way after we broke up forever, never to go back again, or have any interaction ever again, because you should stay away from your abusers to heal from trauma. Long after that, it was like so hard and awkward for me to have any interaction with anybody, any woman, even non-sexual. But then when things got flirty or I was just like, I'd immediately have this like emotional response of like, I'm fucked, this is terrible, I am deeply uncomfortable, and I don't know what to do, and blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, that took time to get over. And so the last hookup I had was in 2019, which is right before I met that partner. And so when I came out of that, I was mainly just like, I got to be by myself for a really long time. And because I'm a broken person and I need to not be broken. And so like 6 months, I just kind of focused on myself. Then finally I was like, I think I'm like a decent guy. Like I think I kind of mentioned this in the why I've been single for a year video. Like, I think I'm ready to be a partner, which was wishful thinking, but I at least was capable of it, I think, and it was healthy for me to try. And so then I did date somebody, and neither of us were where we wanted to be, but we were both really genuine, good, caring people who, supported each other and cared for each other, and that was good for me to experience on the other side of that. And then getting out of that, and it's been a year since that, part of me was like, man, I need to go. I've never had that period of my life where I just go wild and I just have every sexual experience possible, and get to like see that it's kind of a waste of time. But at least like, no, everyone around me has always just like done it all, and I'm like felt I guess less than because I never did that. But I've kind of then I just wasn't in a position to be good at that or whatever, and it never transpired. And now then I was reminded of like my own standards and values, and I'm like, I've never had a hookup that felt like it was worthwhile, other than teaching me that I don't want to, that I don't like them, and I don't enjoy it, and it gives me nothing. Because my whole life I've been battling different challenges, and it's like every new challenge just puts me in like a new situation that is deeply uncomfortable that I like have never felt, and now I have to like figure out how to be healthy through it and do the right things and come out stronger for it. And yeah, and I'm not trying to say, because I don't want to put myself in a I don't want to be hypocritical, and I don't want to be judgmental, and I don't want to put myself in a hole that I can't dig myself out of. So the intention of this video isn't to say that I will never participate in a hookup ever again, but I think the chances of it are very slim, and the person that I am today would not I don't know that there's a person out there that exists that I would be like, oh, this would be worthwhile to have a hookup with. Like, I'm 29. I want to be the best dog dad I can to my dogs. I want to live in a better place. I want to have a better, have more success in my career. I want to build a relationship with somebody that can be a spouse or have a family with. Obviously not right now, but I want to put myself in those positions for the future. And if I'm out here being like, well, in the meantime, I guess I'll just fuck around, like, that feels like it's not just like in the meantime. It feels like I'm delaying my own progress. I'm giving myself setbacks to then have to work through all over again. And like, the reality is, man, sex is such a emotionally bonding experience that whether it's just casual, whether it's just for fun, whether it's just for the moment, whether it's just a fling, whether it's just for a month, like, then you have a process to shed all of that energetically, emotionally. You have to, go, you have to live your life and make progress, and like I said, to go to work and do the things for yourself as an individual, while taking on all this emotional like baggage that you didn't really need to put yourself through if you had just not. I mean, that's how I feel. And I'm not saying you as in trying to make this, I'm trying to express my own thoughts on it all. But yeah, I mean, I went to Puerto Rico for 4 months and hung out with people that wanted to just go out every night and just party and sorry. Thank you. Yeah, they're really sweet. And I'd go with them. I never drank, and they wanted to just hook up with every tourist we could find, or what, whoever. And I was just like, it does nothing for me. I don't care about any of this. I just want like something that means something, not in like I just want to. I'm not it's not like in a simp way. It's in a like this. I want productivity, and to feel like I'm moving in the right direction every day. And it doesn't feel like that when I'm just... And so anyways, I think that also, because of that, I think that people can sense that in me. So I'm never even really... it's rare that I'm ever in a position where someone's trying to hook up with me and I'm like, I don't really want to, thank you though. It happens, but it's not very common, because I think most people just get this sense from me. They feel this energy from me that like I'm not available, and not just not available, but I'm not like down, and if I was down, like there's like a buffer over me that I don't even mean to put up, but it's there, that I know that I'm not really down, even if I want to convince myself that I am or something. So I don't know. I just thought this would be interesting to kind of talk about outwardly and share and express. I guess honestly, like, I'm still processing and wrapping my head around the concept of this all. But I do know that it's terrifying to me to just like meet somebody and then that night have sex with them. It's for so many different reasons. Like, I'm clean, you know? I've been checked out and I got nothing. The diseases that exist out there because everybody else is already hooking up with everybody else. And I know some people out there that you're hooking up with and that exist. And I'm like, dude, I want no part of that. I want nothing to do with that. I don't trust you at all. Or I don't trust him or her. And you exist in that world with them. I'm out, you know? I'd rather stare at a wall, man. Damn. But I try to still hold out hope that the right person exists out there, and sees me and appreciates that about me and doesn't just like find me like, I don't know, over the top or dramatic about all this. I just relax. You just want to have fun. Like, hey, have your fun. But to me, fun is not impregnating somebody on accident, and fun is not getting a disease from a stranger, and fun is not carrying like this now accidental, like, weird emotional connection to somebody that I never had an emotional connection with and just put myself inside of. On that note, thanks for watching, and let me know your thoughts on yourself or me or whatever. Like, I'm down to hear it all. Have you thought about any of this in your own life? What do you think about, you know, my perceptions, I guess? Am I crazy? Does any of this matter to you, or are you just like, whatever, you know, life will work itself out as it go? You know, but yeah, see y'all next time. What video do you want me to make next? What can I share? What do you want to know about me, or what stories can I tell? Because, like, I'm about the people, you know what I'm saying? So let me know. Comment, let me know, or reach out. See you later. Bye.